Protein is now at Starbucks, and it's never tasted so good. You can add Protein Cold Foam to your favorite drink or try one of our new Protein Lattes or matcha. Try it today at Starbucks.
There's a new ESPN story making the rounds, and this is interesting because it is a story critical of Jalen Hurts. And a tweet from Jeremy Fowler reports that Jalen Hurts stands at a crossroads. Despite his immense success, sources say he has a hand in the Eagles' offense becoming calcified and frustrations have grown. I'd assume that everything the Eagles were saying recently about A.J. Brown, that A.J. Brown remains an Eagle, is just because of the calendar year in the NFL and the benefits of getting rid of A.J. Brown after June 1st. But this suggests, at least in part, that they may side with the idea that A.J. Brown's not the problem, that Jalen Hurts is more of the problem. Unfortunately, I can't get to this story in real time as the news breaks because an hour after it was funny, the video team now has found Mike Ryan doing the pantomime of trying to take a gummy rectally, and they have now finally found the technology to reverse the video, and now indeed we do have video that makes it look like Mike Ryan is wiping his butt and then smelling it. So thank you to the video team for a full 90 minutes. How
intrigued Tony is.
A full 90 minutes after this was funny, the video team finally did betray Mike. Mike, how do you feel about what's happened here? It is embarrassing for you to be portrayed this way. The internet is forever.
Yep. You're just going to get a worse me from here on out. I don't know why I try to help. You're the one that said the stupid thing. I was just,
you did say the stupid
being
thing.
Entertainer.
That was stupid what you said.
Done entertaining.
Roy, you got in there very aggressive.
First words all day.
You got you thought the best thing to say to me to punctuate today's happenings, you thought was to look at me right in the face and just say, yeah, that was stupid.
Yeah. But I'm the punchline. Sorry.
Smell in your hand.
I'm eating poop. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I've been trying for the last hour to get to you on Mark Cuban saying now, because you don't get in basketball the story of GM's incompetent. What a fool. Trade gets made. Everyone's shocked. Luke is now the MVP. He's in his prime. He's doing all the things for the Lakers he should have been doing for the Mavericks. And what you traded for without checking around the league was Anthony Davis, who didn't play for you so much that he has fewer points as a Maverick than Luka has this month as a Laker. Generally, things don't play out that neatly. So Mark Cuban, who none of us would dispute, cared deeply about the Mavs franchise, sold it for the biggest bag of money to a group of people he now regrets selling it to because it makes him look best to distance himself from everything that happened there when he caused it.
I love how he does this thing. It's almost like he's doing his own version of Pablo Torre Finds Out, where he just lives this little breadcrumbs, right? So the last thing he said was, I don't regret selling. I regret who I sold to. I made a lot of mistakes in the process, and I'll leave it at that. I'm like, no, you can't just leave it at that.
This is a little awkward because he's still got a substantial stake in the Mavericks.
27%, correct?
Yeah,
he's just trying to distance himself from that trade.
How can you distance yourself? You're partners with them. These are your business partners.
And my favorite part is that Jason Kidd was asked about it. He's like, when can we move on? Poor Jason Kidd. He's just like, I don't want to talk about this anymore. He's like, I respect Mark. He's done a lot for my family, but I don't want to talk about this anymore. I just want to move on.
Well, when can we move on? I mean, when it happened, you said this is a crater trade. This is there are only a handful of these in the history of professional basketball where it's something your franchise never gets up from because you've betrayed You've betrayed a misunderstanding of what the customer's emotional relationship is with a superstar in his prime. When can we get over this? When Luka's not scoring 600 points in a month for another team.
Yeah, but Cooper Flag looks great, right? So it's like the push and pull of, all right, we lost Luka, but now we have Cooper Flag, and things are okay. Better. They're decent. They're all right.
Are the Mavs okay because they got Cooper Flag? Are they?
Imagine where they'd be without that 1% that they got.
Oh, my God.
But you can't blame Jason Kidd for saying, let's move on, right?
Oh, but I'm saying we won't move on because you don't get crater trades where you trade a superstar in his prime for a player who now plays for the Wizards. Like that's...
Well, plays is using a very general term.
Fair enough. And Wizards is also using a wrong term. Like the whole sentence is flawed. But Anthony Davis, look, man, I mean, if you're a Mavs fan and you get up in the morning because you didn't watch the West Coast games and you see what Luka did this month, you're not like, when is this over? Cooper Flag's not that. Cooper Flag will never be that. And I mean that is no indictment of Cooper Flag.
Dan, they're going to have a lottery pick in this lottery. They could add someone amazing to Cooper Flag and this thing that they're creating and building in Dallas, which, by the way, I told you guys months ago, if you're the Mavericks, you have to tank this season. This is the one season because they don't own their picks moving forward. This is the one draft that they have it, and it happens to be an amazing draft. And guess what the Mavericks did? They said, you know what, that Amin Al-Hassan guy, he's on to something.
Greg, what does Mark Cuban have to do, or what is he doing to change the punctuation on whatever his relationship is with Mavs fans who blame him for this? Because you guys can offer all that perspective you like, but it just doesn't account for the amount of hurt in a customer base when you betray them with this betrayal, which is never a betrayal that a customer base gets hit with. I don't know if this is trading Babe Ruth or Miguel Cabrera or whatever it is you would compare it to in the history of sports, but there are very few comps for what you did to this fan base, and Mark Cuban is clearly trying to distance himself from something while literally owning 27% of the blame.
But that's not the majority. If he wasn't for this trade, in favor of this trade, then why are you blaming him for it? Or are you suggesting that he was privately
once you
in
sell
favor of this?
Once you sell the team to people who don't care about basketball, it risks this result. Like the Mavs fans would like to blame everybody. Mark Cuban is saying what you're saying. No blame goes to me. I'm asking Amin and the rest of you, does 27% of the blame go to him forever?
Well, no, because he was left out of the decision-making. Like, that's what he's always been saying. It's like, hey, they never consulted me on this. If they had, I would have talked them out of it.